stomp your feet. Everybody get ready for the Omaha beef. Football's what I come to see, and I'm hungry for some beef. Talk about beef.
Good evening, beef fans, and welcome to the Corral. I'm your host, Richard Tiemann, and this is one of the brand new segments we promised you headed into the 2021 Omaha beef season. The Corral is going to give you exclusive one-on-one content featuring members of the coaching staff, the front office, and more. This episode of the Corral is brought to you by Greta Ritchie and State Farm Insurance. The Nebraska native has over 30 years of experience. Greta and her team enjoy providing the good neighbor service you deserve and are proud to be a part of the community. Her team is ready to help you with your insurance needs. This first episode of the Corral, we jump right into it with none other than head coach Marvin Jones of your Omaha Beef. All right, beef fans, welcome once again to the Corral. I'm joined on this first episode with none other than your fearless leader, head coach Marvin Jones. Welcome, coach. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing awesome, man. Thanks for having me on.
I appreciate you taking the time. I know that, it's been a year, hasn't it? Crazy times, unprecedented times, however you want to refer to it, but we are at the tail end. We're counting down to the 2021 Omaha beef season. Got some exciting things coming up. This is one of them. So tell me, I'm sure everyone wants to know how you've been keeping busy during the pandemic.
Well, I've been doing lots of different things. Obviously, recruiting never stops. As you know, I expect this year to be probably a special year for the simple fact there'll be so much more talent out there. You have a lot of guys out of college that missed out on pro days, a lot of undrafted guys that are really trying to make a name for themselves, get some film. So I expect the biggest thing, I expect the talent level should rise up a notch for this upcoming season. So just having to stay on top of that is a full-time job. I mean, you only get 25 guys on the roster, but you got to try to find those best 25. And, a few things have happened. Obviously, it's been a strange year. So a lot of people kind of waiting towards the end to kind of see how things shape up, with the corona situations and how that shapes up before they make a commitment. So, it's been long.
So what's been your number one priority going into the 2021 season?
Well, obviously, in hopes of player safety, that's number one thing that I've been kind of, we've been constant contact of talking with me and ownership and things like that about how, going into the season, things that we can do now, which is obviously tear apart all of our equipment, disinfect all of that kind of stuff, our spaces, kind of make sure we make that, get started on that now. And as we go along to put particular things in place so our guys feel safe as they should be. Because I've just kind of look at the trend of how it went through the NFL and kind of went through with college guys. Guys are scared. So we have to make them feel confident and that we're doing everything we're doing to protect their safety. So that's number one thing right now. But, besides that, it's just the continued recruiting process. It's about, giving the best experience. For me as a coach, I want to give these guys an experience of playing for the Omaha Beef, not just coming to get film, but a whole experience, a coaching experience, a community experience, a team experience. And I want guys, when they lead Omaha Beef, whether they move up, but they should have a good experience of saying that, hey, that was a great organization from top to bottom, from food to housing, to how everything is ran, from practice to how they're treated as men and respected, and the professionalism is what I aim for.
With the extended off-season, as I'm referring to it, so what kind of changes have you made to the playbook as far as additions, subtractions, or just kind of changing a scheme here or there?
Well, one of the things I believe that the things that I've done well, I will continue to do. I believe in my system. I believe in my philosophy. I think where it differs is I try to find players that fit my philosophy, but as you bring those players in, you're able to see them on the field, then I'll kind of cater my things to the player's ability. But once they have to grasp the system and I see how well they do that, is when now all of a sudden I can kind of do some extra things or add some tweaks and things like that to be able to give the players an advantage. But I believe in what we do. But you just have to do repetition, just continue to do it and learn it and learn it and learn it. Because I want these guys to go out there and get the best possible film, but also put on the best performance for themselves.
Now, you've done a few stints as a coach and a coordinator in the world of indoor football, but this will be the first time that you have assumed the head coaching role for a full season. What kind of changes can the fans expect to this new look Omaha Beef?
Well, number one is the type of players that we'll bring in here. The players that we'll bring in are guys that are hard working, respectable guys that are community oriented, guys that's going to, go out into the community, go into the schools, be a part of the community, try to build this thing. Because, one thing I always preach to these guys, that you have a team, which is the longest indoor football team that's been around 20 plus years. So we do have a fan base. We do have a presence in the community. We're kind of like the NFL team in Omaha. So it takes, you have to go that extra mile, because these fans have been around so long and have been big time support. I mean, they show up at the games. So that's one of the biggest things, that the type of players that we'll bring. And they're going to be good athletes, guys, all around guys. That's the type of guys I look for. I look for guys that are going to be professional, guys that's going to practice hard, guys that's there to help us win, guys that are there to continue with the image of the team and the community, guys that really want to build those relationships to become household names.
Yeah, it's give a little, get a little, give a lot, get a lot in the world of indoor football. And of course, all about that just in the world of football altogether. So I want to thank you so much again for your time. He is head coach Marvin Jones, going into his first full season with the Omaha Beef. Thank you again so much, Coach.
I appreciate it. Thanks again. Go Beef.
Ring your bell, stomp your feet. Everybody get ready for the Omaha Beef. Football's what I come to see, and I'm hungry for some beef. Talk about beef, beef.